Hello everyone, COD OAC here. One of the more frequent questions I've been getting lately is what class is right and which race is right, or something along those lines. Well, here are my answers. I based these figures on the starting stats just to kind of get a basic sense of what each race was really designed to do. So let's go ahead and begin. First and foremost, you got your humans here. Pretty generic across the board, come with some interesting perks. Like Traveler's Campfire, a spell which makes a fire and increases health and mana regen for everyone within 10 meters for 30 seconds. Also get a 5% experience boost from monsters, as well as a 1% boost to spell crit and parry chance. Vanity-wise, humans offer a normal range to show off items and effects, so pretty popular choice. Looking at their base stats, humans are pretty much universally average, with nothing really standing out. This means they can pretty much do anything and be good at it. This makes them a great choice for people who aren't really sure what their play type will be. That being said, though, my recommendations for human, based on those stats, is a monk. Capable of doing high melee damage or healing, humans offer a good balance of combat stats and stamina, which makes them useful in both PvP and PvE situations. So, next up we have the elf. Elves are the pretty people of MMORPGs and favored by those who really appreciate character beauty, treat their tunes like models. Elves have Nocturne of the Forest, a short spell which stacks 5 times, increasing health and mana regen by 1% each stack, and lasts for 3 minutes. They also have a reduced mount summoning time by 50% and increased spell range and melee hit chance by 1%. Stat-wise, elves universally come up short in the stamina department, but they compensate well with good scores in combat stats, and this makes them great for PvE DPS in any class, really. So, based on these stats, my recommendation for the elf, I would have to say the mage for PvP, due to the high score of stamina and wisdom, and healer monk, or a ranger for PvE, where stamina is less important and those combat stats really play into effect. So, next up, we have the orc. Orcs are big and ugly, which means vanity can be kind of tricky to work with, but definitely assert their presence when they're around. Orc benefits include the edification of the clan, channel and spell which restores 20% of your health, as well as a reduced food consumption time, and a 1% boost to melee and range crit, as well as dodge and parry scores. On the orc stats, orcs lead the way everywhere in stamina, which makes them a prime choice for PvPers. They score high in strength, but they fail miserably in wisdom and agility. So, that being the case, based on these stats, kind of a no-brainer, really. I'd have to go with the warrior. Orcs are warriors through and through, and they'll serve the purpose well. But that high stamina does mean that really anything for PvP will work well with an orc. So, next up, we have the Undead. There's a certain kind of beauty in death, and that gives them a really unique vanity. They can be fun to decorate. The benefits of the Undead include Sight of the Pretender, which reduces the visibility range of enemies for 12 seconds. They also have a reduced time to craft goods, and a 1% boost to melee, range, and spell crits. Stat-wise, Undead have very specific strengths and very vague weaknesses. I would say generally they are subpar on the base level, except when it comes to wisdom with casters. So, that being said, I would go ahead and say the best recommendation for an Undead, easy choice, would be a mage. The Undead do have the top score in mage wisdom, which makes them excellent healers or even spell DPSers. So, that's my recommendation for Undead. Last but not least, of course, we have the Mendels. Mendel vanity is very much like a toy dog vanity. They are small, fun-sized, and this does limit the effect of showing things off, but fun to play. Mendel benefits include Harvest of the Mendel Tree, which creates a fruit used like a health pot to restore 15% of your health. They also have a reduced time gathering minerals and have a 1% boost to melee and ranged hit chance as well as dodge score. Stat-wise, Mendels are generally a 4 out of 5 type with very decent stats across the board. While stronger and weaker in certain areas, they typically will do really well in any role. But if I had to pick a recommendation, I would say the Mendel would be best as a ranger. Small size fits him well, and with the assassin role, just kind of works out. And they have an excellent mix of stamina and agility for both PvE and PvP. But really, with a Mendel, anything would work. So there's my class recommendations. Once again, these are all based on the base stats, so this will change as you get higher up level-wise. Do you agree? Let me know. Let me know what your favorite combination is. And moving forward, I'm producing a Monkey Boss guide, as well as I'm getting into SRL a little bit more, so we may see a few of those coming up. I'm also going to do a level-by-level dungeon guide for those of you looking to level character quickly. So stay tuned. Thanks again for the support, and I will talk to you all soon.